Oh boy, no, please don't. Please do not let that man breed more. He'll talk about molesting the children.
Yeah. So Anthony says, sorry guys, I know it's cliche at this point, but if we did this in America, every single Protestant would become Catholic. So this was a video of like some lady is like walking down the aisle and singing while wearing this big long blue train thing that gets stretched over the entire congregation. And when I first saw this tweet,
just weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But the funny thing is, when I first saw this tweet, I couldn't tell. Eventually, I read their username as Catholic ICIZM1 or whatever, and so I figured out that they're pro-Catholic, so they're saying this in earnest. But my first read of this was that it was an ironic, like, oh yeah, no, everyone would be Catholic if we did that, because it's just creepy and weird. Everyone
would be Catholic if we all together got randomly rubbed by a woman's garments, because it's the closest that half these people will ever get to her touch.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, the idea of being trapped under a big cloth like that with a bunch of people that I don't know are like, I'm going to get a cold from this. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So like that's my thought. But like, no, and it's an old video. Like, this wasn't the first time I've seen this video, and the first time I saw it, I had the same reaction with, that is weird. I don't want to be trapped under a blanket with people I don't know. Gross. But yeah, it was just funny to me that I couldn't figure out whether this person was like saying it sarcastically or actually thought that. It's like, yeah, no, just drag a blue garment attached to a lady's head over top of the congregation, and I'm sure all those Protestants will suddenly turn Catholic. But yeah.
Jesus.
Next up, we've got Brian Holdsworth, notable slavery advocate and racist. I don't remember which of my videos covering him. The one about slavery, it's like 55 minutes long or something like that. And I think the thumbnail says big time yikes. So when you find that one, you'll find out he's explicitly racist. He explicitly says in that video that like some races are more intelligent than others and some are more beautiful than others. He doesn't say which ones he thinks are the more beautiful and more intelligent ones, but you can guess.
He likes them white. He likes his women Asian. I don't know.
Yeah. But so this is, I found myself surprised. I agreed with this tweet. He says, capitalism is the economic theory of liberalism, which was a leftist movement that led to the French Revolution. Capitalism is not conservative, nor has it ever been. Okay, so I don't agree with that. But what I was agreeing with was like, he's saying capitalism is bad. So I'm like, okay, I can get on board with this. Capitalism bad. He's taken a really weird route to get there. So I don't know that it's ever been leftist.
I mean, leftist in the sense that it's further left than like monarchism.
Yeah.
It's definitely further left than monarchism because it has more like individual power.
Overton window wise, at the time of the French Revolution, yes, it was leftist.
Also, I wouldn't say that it was leftist at the time of the French Revolution because I'd say that it was more left, but it's not leftist. Because Kropotkin was critical of that too. And Kropotkin wrote after the French Revolution. But anyway.
Yeah, after. I'm talking about leading up to it, Cyrus.
Neat. Anyway.
Kropotkin didn't define the Overton window, you motherfucker.
Anyway, you guys should go...
Put your Kropotkin where your mouth is.
Anyway, you guys should both read The Conquest of Bread. It's a very boring book, but it at least has some insights. And also, you should play the video game.
I'm not reading any Kropotkin. Thank you very much.
And you also should play the video game Overton, where I voice the main character. Anyway,
okay, I'll look into that one maybe if I remember.
But he's not wrong that liberalism is capitalism. Like neoliberalism, the philosophy is
that's where you get the libertarians
philosophy.
Being like, we're classical liberals. Yeah.
Neoliberalism is capitalism. He is technically correct about that.
The best kind of correct. Anyway, yeah, no, I basically found myself saying like, okay, I can get on board with this. He's just taking a weird route to get there. But then I read the comments, the replies. And so Joan P.O.R. said, so what is the best economic system? To which he said, Christendom.
That's not an economic system, you fucking idiot.
That's what all of the replies to that one said. That's not an economic
system, you moron.
I literally, while I was looking up the script today, I looked up the definition of Christendom because I wanted to make sure I was using the word correctly. And it is just a word to describe the group of people known as Christians. That is not an economic system. I mean, if you really want to split hairs here, you could say that the economic system that the Bible most obviously advocates for is a form of communism, because they literally like have a thing where like, oh, they gave all of their belongings to the church and they gave to people according to their needs. Like it's very, very socialist / communist ish. So like, if you want to say Christendom is an economic system, you could go with a socialist communist type thing. So like, you're almost there, Brian. You're almost there, but I doubt you're going to take that last step. But yeah,
God, that
was a fun little journey I went on with Brian. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really want to be on the same team as this guy, so I'm okay that he didn't get to the same conclusion as me.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, if he ended up on my team, then he'd have to stop being racist. So that would be a good thing.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not, but it'd be nice. Okay, then we have Bridget Gabriel says, President Trump has done a phenomenal job on the White House. This is what class looks like. And then posts pictures of that gaudy-ass fucking...
The presidential walk?
Like the West Wing and all those like gold leaf bullshit above all the portraits or whatever. It's like, no, it looks terrible. It's so fucking ugly.
Man, I'm reminded of... you saw the clips of Zoran Mamdani in the office with Trump, right?
Mm-hmm. Some of them, yeah. Where
so
Trump couldn't stop fawning over him.
I'm reminded of how easy it is to get on Trump's side just by effectively suckling his teeth. Mm-hmm. Like, so long as you're willing to suck his toes, he will love you forever.
Yeah. Even if you're a socialist like Zoran Mamdani.
Yep.
Burn it to the ground with fire, call the Canadians to do it again. Indeed, Sean. Indeed.
I'm not saying I can advocate for anything specifically happening, as I live in America and I'm worried about what might happen to me based on advocacy.
I'm sure I've said this before, but the regiment that burned the White House down the first time still exists in Canada, and my mother was a part of it. So
Trump branded same feel.
I'm sending my mother down there to burn your house down. Oh no, she's like the sweetest little old lady. She would never do that. She's very conservative, but when the Trump stuff started happening, she had conversation like, I don't know that this man is actually like Christian. Like, no, Mom, he is not.
Yeah, definitely.
It's okay for you to not like him. Like,
fucking hell.
It would actually be very concerning to me if you did like him. So please continue questioning his legitimacy. But yeah, no, okay. So in my mom's, she's very conservative.
In your mom's?
Well, no, I want to talk about her for a little bit.
Thank you for redeeming your points for
some people might get the wrong picture from. So I have a bunch of LGBTQs kicking around my family, particularly some T's.
Mm-hmm.
And she did resist that a little bit, but immediately, as soon as I told her, like, hey, misgendering a kid is like very highly correlated with suicidal ideation and suicide attempts in that kid, she like immediately like looked at me and was like, so if I do that, then that could potentially cause them to commit suicide. Like, it would be a contributing factor, yes. And immediately she was like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. So yes, conservative, but very open to like actual like, hey, this is what the research says. Please don't harm my children. Okay, I won't do that.
Yeah, that's at least an improvement over a lot of other stuff. Cosmic, thank you for redeeming your points for and whoa.
Vice Serrano's mom is the sweetest old lady. She would never do that, is what she wants you to think. Indeed. Okay, Elon Musk retweeted the rabbit hole who posted this chart, says the woke mind virus in academia. The woke mind virus is extremely measurable. I found this chart very interesting. So this chart is, I took a better high quality image of this chart. So it was put together by David Rosado, who actually is a PhD computer scientist who does statistics and stuff like that. He's also a bit of a crank where like he promotes the idea that COVID-19 was made in a lab and bullshit like that. So he probably is on the same side as all them. Like the reason he did this study is for the purposes that Elon is using it for. But what I found interesting here is that you look at these, phrases that he's graphing, like this is how many mentions they get in academic papers by year. So you look at racism, racist, sexism, sexist, homophobia, homophobic. All of those ones really start getting going in like the 1960s and 70s when the civil rights movement was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that tracks. Civil rights movement happens. People start talking about that. Transphobia and transphobic starts getting going in the early 2000s to the 2010s. So that's when the right wing started latching onto that because everybody had kind of accepted gay people. And so that was their next, like, okay, well, we can't argue against gay marriage anymore, so we're going to argue against trans people. That's when that started happening. So that tracks perfectly. Then we've got anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic. The big spike there in the middle, around the 1940s. Is there something happening in the 1940s that might contribute to
maybe
people talking about anti-Semitism more?
Who knows? I couldn't tell you, not even in the slightest.
Yeah, I don't know. That one seems to make sense to me. Then there's Islamophobia and Islamophobic. That one starts going up around about around 2001-ish.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Something happened around there that like might cause that to come into the public eye.
It's not that I think anything happened around that time, but I heard something about pancakes and steel beams and jet fuel around that time.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. So what's interesting here is they're talking about the woke mind virus, but like all of these trends are very obviously correlated with significant events that are related to those words.
Yep.
So like, I don't know what they're expecting out of this. Like, do you expect people not to talk about things that are relevant in the culture at the moment?
Now, I don't think Elon thinks about any of that shit because absolutely none of it has ever affected him.
Jassa says, to be fair, Elon can't read. Allegedly, there's no proof that he can't read. I haven't seen proof that he can read. Yeah, we're saying the same thing. We're on the same wavelength.
To be fair, that's a joke that writes itself, not that he could read it.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, did you hear about the guy that got fired from the Viagra factory?
What? No.
No, he was stealing the pills, and when he was asked for comment, he said, "Well, apparently they just don't like hard workers." But
why are you?
I just am.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.